Good deal. All right. As a starting off, congratulations to Memphis. That was a good win for them. They did a good job, throughout the course of the game. For us and our team, I'm extremely disappointed with the outcome. Extremely disappointed to the way we played at times. The things that we work and emphasize, throughout the course of the week. The preseason, off-season, things that are critically important to being successful are not showing up, as consistent as we need them to be. Obviously, offensively today, pretty easy to see. It was a very disappointing performance. Able to really ever get much going. Your second half, we were able to move the ball, but you had a couple explosive plays, but still had too many negatives. They did a good job in the first half with some of their pressure packages, and we had a couple turnovers, missed opportunities, drop balls, just mistakes that don't allow to play winning football. And we came out, third quarter, be able to hit a big play, get down, score a touchdown, wherever, move the ball, got in the red zone. Need to be able to finish. Had a mistake, there inside the 5 that hurt us, and obviously, not be able to finish there at the end. And I thought the defense had good moments. Still, too many times we're not getting off the field in third down situations. We had some mistakes. We had some new guys that really got tested today just with our depth. We had guys that went down on both sides of the ball. We lost Darius Washington in pregame, so forced some moving pieces there. Within the offensive line, had some linebackers go down. Obviously, opportunities for guys to rise up and seize the moment, and some guys did, and then obviously some guys we obviously got to make sure that we're doing all the things in our preparation to allow us to go out there and play to the level that we're capable of playing. And I do believe that we're a much better team than what we're showing. So obviously it still comes down to me being able to get that out of these guys, and for that to show up on game day. And that's I'm just disappointed that I've not been able to get more out of what I believe this team is. And we're going to continue to work at it. I believe in who we have. I believe in what they can do. And but we got to be able to transition what the positive things that we see out there on the practice field. It's got to come. It's got to be able to translate on the game day. And obviously that's going to be a lot of evaluation, a continued evaluation coming off a bye week. That's what we did, and I thought we would have a much better performance than what we did here today. I think all 3 phases had moments of just not looking like and not playing like the way that we're capable of. So, good questions.
All right, first one will be Chris Nee, second row on your right.
Mike, how do you do things differently or approach things differently to get the results that you expect from the practice that you're not getting translating to games right now?
It's I've been doing this for a while, and it's there's times where you see guys playing and or as we talked pressing, obviously trying to do too much. We try to simplify communication, try to make sure that you were doing things that the guys have shown throughout that work to be consistent and to be able to translate. And that's we'll continue to evaluate that, and I definitely know what it takes to win games. I know what it takes to for a team to go out there and be able to execute and play at a high level, and we all have to do a better job of of what we're doing throughout the course of the week. And obviously I challenge the players, challenge the coaches, right, because we can't continue to come into games and then see things that absolutely are not a part of what we and who we are, show up. And, so we all have to prepare better, and we all got to make sure that, we get to game day, that it is our best foot forward. And, these guys, they haven't stopped working. I mean, you guys are at practice. I mean, it's, they do work. obviously the transition to the game day, we've got to do a better job of making sure that, whether it's the communication, whether it's the understanding the reaction, and then just being confident in the moment and go making the play. I mean, that shows up with with missed opportunities, and that obviously we have to be better in that situation.
We'll stay over there for Ira.
You guys, obviously, that you mentioned the drop passes, but to have 67 yards in a half, have you ever had an offense that struggled like this to do much of anything?
Have I ever? Sure, probably some point. But yeah, it wasn't. I mean, obviously, we did not. You turn the ball over a couple times. The turnovers matter. You turn the ball over on the second play of the game. That's a big play. We had the interception. You got pressure. Arm got hit. Had an opportunity on the plate. But when you have those things, and then you have a couple big drops and moments, that kills drives pretty quick. And we thought we did a good job coming out in the third quarter and be able to hit the explosive play. I thought we moved the ball there in the second half, but we got to finish drives and we got to eliminate mistakes that put us in challenging situations because of TFLs, because of pressures, and obviously like I said, it's all of us. So.
Next will be Jordan in the middle.
Coach, it's clear to hear the disappointment in your voice. I'm just wondering your message to the team at halftime when you guys were down 10 points, and also your message to the team after the game right now.
Just at halftime, you have to go play the next play, and you get caught up. Looking at a scoreboard, you get caught up on, there's no secret. The offense struggled in the first half, but even with that, there's games where one side of a ball might struggle, and we got to have each other's back, and we got to make sure that we're responding and controlling the things that we can control. In those situations, and that was my message to them, is that it didn't matter offense, defense, especially we needed to be able to go out there. We got to have the game changing plays, and whether it's defensively, it was great seeing the interception that we got, but we also had 3 turnovers there, missed opportunities there, and then obviously some critical mistakes that we've got to get corrected. And so, there after the game, I challenge all of us. The things that we're doing, they have to translate to the game, and the things that we're being asked to do, the things that I know we can do, has to translate to the game. And we're going to continue to evaluate that in every aspect. We played 3 games. We haven't won any of them. So, everything's under evaluation. And, everything is going to be continued to look at, whether it's your scheme, whether it's your personnel, all of it. And we've got to go take positive steps. And it's got to show up on game day. And we got to go put this team in a position to win games. And I absolutely believe that it can.
I know the offensive problems kind of go beyond DJ, but do you ever consider, or do you consider going forward, Brock, just to see if Brock can bring a spark and maybe change some things with everyone?
Ultimately, it's when we go through a lot of work and the things that we're doing. I got a lot of confidence in the guys that are in that quarterback room, but also we've got to be able to help the guy out there as well. If you throw a ball and it hits somebody in the hands, and we've got to be able to catch it, or making right read and being able to try to put the ball in where it's supposed to be. We all have challenges. It's easy to point to one person and say, well, this has to be better. But at the end of the day, we all have to be better, and we're always evaluating every part of it. And that's the way that we work in practice, the things that we do. But we got to make sure that we're helping each other go out there and play to the best ability that we can.
All right, next will be Corey, top right.
On that subject, Mike, how much would it help maybe the running game as a whole to have a quarterback that was more of a mobile threat? And then also the second part, I guess if you could explain the rationale for going for 2 after the touchdown.
Okay. Obviously, the quarterback as a run threat, is something that we always look at. If we get opportunities to be able to do, take a little bit of pressure off, today there was times that they were bringing all out pressures and being able to try to count. We worked to get the ball out on the perimeter, and missing a block, missing a an opportunity. Those are things that we got to be better at. And obviously the quarterback run game. We've had a quarterback here the last few years that was a real reactionary runner, and keeping plays alive and things that happen. But at the end of the day, it's always a part of what we look at, how we evaluate it, and the best ways to be able to attack. But and then for the rationale for going for two, when you're in that situation, obviously we're playing to go win the game, and that's you're down 11. That's an opportunity to get the 2-point conversion, and it's a touchdown field goal with an extra point to win. If you don't get it, and then you have to go for 2-point conversion, twice. Look statistically in the history of this game. It's going to be at to a little bit above 50% of 2-point conversions. I felt good about I felt good about the call that we had. Obviously, it didn't play out the way that we were hoping, and we got stopped short. But we scored a touchdown, and the thought was to go for two. We weren't trying to play just all right. Well, here if we get in the situation, we're going to tie it up with 2 scores. You go to play to win it, and so I'd still do it again. If it's down 11, you go for 2. You're down 9, field goal, touchdown, you win.
I know you lost Jeremiah before the BC game. You lost Darius today. I guess I don't know if that explains kind of what – I know you thought the offensive line was going to be a real strength of this team. What has not been working about that unit? Do you think they've been missing Alex on game days? Obviously, last time you don't have Coach Atkins on a game day. Do you think there's something not connecting? What has been the disconnect there?
Well, obviously, different guys, different positions. We've got to do a better job of trusting our eyes technique. The fundamental elements, especially guys that maybe haven't played as much. But obviously we're not playing to the standard of what I believe that we're capable of, and we all get to look at that. It's the position I'm putting those guys in. Obviously things we're asking them to do. I do believe in that group. I believe in the depth that we have. I believe in what those guys, can accomplish. But we've got to do a better job of being able for that to be able to translate, consistently throughout the course of the game. When you have injuries, it is a lot of moving pieces, and that's part of this game. It's part of what it is. Obviously. Alex has a tremendous presence, and as a leader, as an offensive coordinator, and an O-line coach, and so. But I think Gabe has done a really good job of being able to work with those guys throughout this time, and kind of unfortunate situation. But at the end of the day, we got to be able to take the things that we're doing and be confident that in the moment there, on game day.
Is the amount of touches the running backs have had on the ground in the last couple of weeks a matter of game flow, what defenses are doing, just efficiency?
Yeah, some of it's both. We had a plan to work to try to be good in the run game, to be able to run the football, to be able to have touches. Teams sometimes, they did a good job in their pressure. There was zero blitzing us coming off both edges. You don't have enough hats to block, what it is. So you got to, be able to take things on the perimeter. You got to be able to, get the ball out, in some of those situations. So, when we did that, we were not as productive in our, for whatever reason. That was not. We didn't make them pay when it came to that. And I thought there were some good elements in what we did in the run games from time to time, but obviously we got to be able to be better in those moments, and
Coach, through 3 games, have you been satisfied with the team's body language and their emotional response?
Well, that's one thing that you continue to challenge. I know throughout the anytime you don't have success. You look to, are they willing to work? Are they coming? What's the mindset? What's the attitude? How are they in meetings? How are their eyes? And that, that's not changed in my perspective. And I'm around these guys every single day. It's Do I think there's times that we get tight as a team? Yes, and that's something that I try to emphasize, try to create. When things didn't go well. I mean, those are times you got to rise yourself up to go in and I say overachieving, but just achieving to the best of your ability to go make that play, to be able to be the spark or the ignition to the flip of momentum and all this. Because I tell it to teams all the time, momentum takes one play. I mean, that's it. That's all it takes to change it. And we just obviously have had some opportunities that that we've needed to respond in those situations. But I think from their attitude, their approach, even they're in the locker room, we're all disappointed. As we continue to work and continue to pour into each other and the opportunity we have.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You are to leave the building by